Asperger's syndrome, a condition I have, by the way, let's get that off the board right now, is defined as a lifelong personality disorder evident from childhood and regarded as a mild form of autism. Persons with the syndrome are often mocked and ill-treated at school by their fellows because they appear unusual and often aloof. Many people with Asperger's seem to take refuge in intense hobbies or interests, mostly mathematics. Right, I am failing mathematics, so somebody should probably fix this quickly. We want this to be correct. Frustration with the outside world, which is so hard to comprehend, may provoke aggressive outbursts when stressed. My name is Christopher Palo, and I am here to tell you the stigmas associated with autism are wrong. So first of all, how did I get here? It started during a physical education lesson. Somebody was bothering me, and after I told them to stop, they continued bothering me. And so basically, I used the age-old formula of the first thing you see and where the sun don't shine. So it ended up being, if you don't stop bothering me, I'll shove a javelin where the sun don't shine. Now, of course, I and a couple of other people thought it was funny for about the first 20 minutes. And that's when everyone said that I was constantly threatening people with weapons. I was attacking students freely in the halls. And I was greatly encouraged to seek a diagnosis in order to continue getting assistance at this school, however you want to interpret that. And I was also told that that is it, I've ruined my life, and that is going on my permanent record, and I am finished. Funnily enough, this was possibly the second greatest thing that could have ever happened to me. Because I learned that yes, well, there is something wrong with me, it isn't final. I learned how to deal with me. I learned how to help others deal with me. And others learned generally, more or less, how to deal with me. So, quite simply put, I was diagnosed, and this meant that something changed almost instantly. You see, when we hear Asperger's, something changes. And one of the most common things I keep on hearing, and it goes over and over and over again, is that we are clever. Not all of us are. We're not the greatest people in the universe. But what is true is almost all of us have a single seed of genius, which if nurtured could lead to a tree of knowledge. However, we are so afraid of how this tree will grow that often what we do is you take the seed and you crush it, destroy it so that it cannot grow. And what you have done is you have taken something that does not belong to you, and you have left something behind in the person. Now, some people believe Albert Einstein did have a form of autism. Now, even today, we're still taking the fruits of his tree of knowledge. While not all of his ideas were the greatest, one of his most famous ideas, the splitting of the atom, while it did have its downside, the nuclear bombs and World War II, it had a massive upside, a clean, reliable, safe source of energy for generations to come. However, for most people, we are absolutely terrified of it, that we just destroy it. Now, don't get me wrong. Stereotypes aren't always the worst. I say Russia, you say vodka. I say Canada, you say nicest people in the world. I say the Netherlands, you say free weed, and you say clogs. You're both correct, by the way. Well done. However, stereotypes are limiting. We like to use stereotypes to put ourselves in an area, and that area we like to deem as final. As example, I have been told to stay in this circle because this is the best way all the cameras can capture my angle. However, if I was to momentarily step out of this circle, one camera may completely lose me. One may only have part of me. But there will be one or two cameras which will still capture me and which will allow an even greater sight of detail. It will be able to capture the minor details great. Of course, eventually, we must all return back to our area because, of course, it is sort of a home. It is sort of what we are defined as. but momentarily, stepping out of that circle would allow you to broaden your horizons and allow others to see the world as you see it. Now, stigmas are there. We must admit that. It is there. However, they are often very horribly wrong. Most people, the moment they find out I have Asperger's, they try and constantly keep on connecting in my eyes, trying to have constant eye contact. Which if you do, I will run to the nearest police station, which will not be fun for anyone, believe me. Again, don't try and avoid it, because then it looks like you're just not interested or not paying attention at all to the person. However, if I do have something stuck in my teeth, please do stare and tell me. I would like to get that done as quickly as possible. Thank you. Now, one of the other things is that we have our routine. We have our way of life. We like to keep things organized. That's not true. If you're a student and I was to organize your desk, you wouldn't see your homework for 2 years. Adults, any special documents you have, anything for work, forget it. You're not seeing it anymore. This isn't a valid excuse to use with your teachers or bosses. Don't even try it. I am not allowing you to do that. Now, what these items do and what your actions are towards people like me is it sets us on the sidelines. We are stuck there on the sidelines, looking at you doing something interesting, something that we may also be fundamentally interested in, but yet you assume just because of a definition in a book or a definition or something a teacher has told you that this person wants, that he doesn't want to join in, and therefore we're not going to let him join in. So what you are doing is you are excluding him. You are taking that seed and you are crushing it. And you believe, and this isn't only your generation, through many generations, you have been told that we can't or we don't want to be part of it. You have been told, and you so firmly believe that this is true, that you ignore any attempt to recognize it or for the person to show it. But I'm here, aren't I? Thank you very much.